Shalom, shalom. This is Rabbi Yeshua ben Shafar. I'm coming at you today to talk about Matthew chapter 7 and some very important issues. So for the rabbinical Talmudim and the Talmudim that are wanting to study in-depthly the teachings of the Rav concerning these issues, I wanted to speak very frankly and very clearly to you. This is an introduction video to the teachings that we will be going over in Matthew chapter 7. Primarily, this is for dealing with those individuals who refuse to accept Torah as a condition upon which Messiah Yeshua placed upon us as believers. And so you may ask, why? Why is it important that we talk about these issues? One of the fundamental things about these issues in Matthew 7, it clearly defines who will come in the last days and what they will say. And so these issues are important. When you have a non-believer or a believer in Messiah Yeshua who says you don't have to keep Torah, you can take them to Matthew chapter 7 and say, what was he talking about? I'm going to try and say this gently in love. We are confronting ignorance, and that's not a bad thing. It's not a bad word. Look it up. Ignorance is not knowing. And we're confronting a lot of people who have a not knowing of the truth of what is actually said in the Brit Kadesha. They have the Brit Kadesha packaged to them from their pastor or their preacher in such a way that really conceals the truth. It's right there in black and white for all to read. But a lot of people have been taught by packaged teaching. And so that's why this series on Yeshua and the truth of the Torah is very important. So, that's what this video, like I said, is the introduction. I want to hash out some things beforehand. For the rabbinical students, this is going to be part of your testing, so make sure that you take notes so that when I send you the test, you are able to answer correctly according to what you learn in these next few videos. And even though I call this the Matthew 7, it ties into so many other connecting points in Scripture. As always, the remez is needed in everything, and so there'll be a lot of remez teaching going on in this section. Primarily, I want to deal with verses 21 through 23, which talk fundamentally about some very key evidences. Those that are viewing this that are not part of the rabbinical training program or the rabbis for reviewing, they even may be Christians and they may get offended. Please, I'm not trying to offend you. I'm trying to simply teach the truth. If you're offended at something I say, in the mannerism I say, please let me know that I was offensive in my mannerism. If it's the material that offends you, I'm not sure that I can do anything about that. The truth is the truth. So, for my students, I want you to make sure that you have your Brit Kadesha, your New Testament, preferably one in Hebrew. We'll be going over the Hebrew words and the Greek words. So have your Greek. If it's something that I say that offends you from myself, my personal mannerisms, let me know. I apologize beforehand. I don't know that I can change those either. If it's the material presented in the course or in these next couple of videos, sorry, but that's the truth. And some of the halakha will come out of this. Some of the rabbinical students will see some of the halakha of Manja being founded on these sections of Scripture. This is all part of the teaching on defending the Torah in Yeshua. So it's got the greater purpose is a combination or supporting structures to the doctrine of Yeshua's command to continue the Torah. So I hope you enjoy them. Comments have been disabled because if you want to say something to me, send a message. The comments have been disabled and the rating's been disabled. not out for kudos. I simply am presenting this to people who want to learn, who've come to me and asked me to tell them. So, without further ado, this is the introduction video, and I hope I haven't offended anybody with my brash way of being. Shalom, shalom.